Hey there, welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Nathan Fox, that's Ben Olson. We are the founders of LSATdemon.com and our weekly podcast, Thinking LSAT. We've got an email here from Anna.
Hi, Ben and Nathan. Is it worth applying to Harvard, Yale, Stanford, given that they don't offer merit scholarships? My financial situation is such that I could qualify for need-based aid, but I definitely can't count on it and want to minimize any law school-related loans. With that in mind, is it even worth spending the time and money applying to the top three? Thanks, Anna.
Producer Eric says, I think it's funny that everybody knows who the top three are, despite the new US News rankings, which have a different top three. Yeah, but HYS is still HYS.
Yeah, it's like locked in.
Yeah, sorry, you Chicago. What's Harvard on the new rankings is down to like 6th or something like that, right?
Yeah.
But it's still Harvard actual law school, and they will, be back at the top of those rankings. They're quite sure.
5th, but they're tied with NYU and Duke. Yeah, so they look pretty far down here on the list.
Okay, 5th, whatever. Yeah. What do you think about?
Well, this is tough, Anna. So money is tight, right? Which is why she's asking, is it worth even spending the time and money applying to the top three? The cost, and in terms of money and in terms of time, is I think really very negligible compared to the overall cost of your education. I would apply, because even if you decide not to go after you review their need-based aid, I mean, 1, they might give it to you. 2, they might not, but it still doesn't matter, because if you get into those schools, you can use that as leverage for the schools that are right below that. I got into Harvard. I really need a full tuition at Chicago if you want me to come. Maybe that can get you $10,000 a year somewhere else. So What are we talking about? $100 for the application? Just pay it.
And $45 for the LSAC fee or whatever it is. Yeah, just pay it. I mean, I think you need to budget a couple $1,000s for your law school applications just so that you're not limited by budget. It'd be terrible to be limited by budget at the beginning of the negotiation. That's so fucked up. By the way, ask all these schools for fee waivers. See if you can get a free application. See if you can get a free report fee from LSAC. That one's a little harder ask, but sometimes schools will waive that for you. You can get a lot of those expenses waived, especially if you qualify for the LSAC fee waiver. But I wanted to say a couple things. These schools have really robust need-based aid. I mean, they're the very best law schools. They're the very best funded, and they do have generous need-based aid. So even if, even sometimes people who don't think they would qualify end up actually qualifying for the need-based aid at these places.
Yeah.
So it's worth it from that perspective. The other thing I want to say is that at LSAT Demon, we employ just the smartest motherfuckers, right? Like our team of people they listen to us. They like our bullshit. They drink our Kool-Aid. And then when they leave us, they frequently go to Harvard, Yale, Stanford, and they frequently end up paying tuition at Harvard, Yale, Stanford.
Yeah.
And that's because they have made the decision that it was going to be the correct play for them. And they've thought about it. Like, they've done the analysis. They've really thought it through. They're not just doing it for ego reasons. They're doing it because they've decided that it's actually going to be worth it for them and their particular career goals. And the types of people who get into schools like this, it tends to be kind of worthy of your consideration. Like, this would mean, what opportunities would this actually give me access to that maybe Michigan wouldn't? And you don't even get to make that decision if you don't throw in an application to these schools. And by throw in an application, I mean, take it seriously, do all their optional essays, like come correct on your professional application to Masters of the Universe law schools.
Yeah.
But yes, I want Anna to apply.
Yeah. Thanks for writing in.
Yeah. Thanks, Anna.
Email daily@lsatdemon.com if you'd like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or law school admissions news. Thanks for listening.